name's Lisa, and in this episode of Movie Talk, we're going to be talking about the Honeymoon Killers. I once again don't have the DVD to hold up, so we're just gonna get on with the video. The Honeymoon Killers was released in 1970 and directed by Leonard Castle. This movie stars Shirley Stoller and Tony LoBianco. Shirley and Tony are playing the real-life Lonely Heart Killers, who were Martha Beck and Ray Fernandez. Yeah, got the names right. The plot of this movie is pretty crazy, considering the fact that it's based on a true story. Martha is a lonely nurse. Her friend Bunny sees an ad in the paper for the Lonely Hearts and signs her up for it, and she later receives a letter from Ray.
Dear Martha.
Ray and Martha begin to write letters to each other until they later meet. Between them writing letters and when they meet and she goes to see him, she actually fakes her own suicide so that she can go to see him and make him feel guilty for leaving her. So she ends up going to see him in New York, and she finds out he is a con man who cons lonely women for all their money.
You know everything about me. You still love me? Yes.
Nice. But because Martha loves Ray, she decides that she will work with him to con these poor, lonely old women. Not all of them old. Of course, her jealousy does end up getting in the way of this work, in quotations, if you call that work, and stuff happens, bad things happen. I think the violence in this movie is actually very effective, considering the era and what they show, considering the fact that it's also a true story, if you think about what's happening to these poor women. As far as my movie taste goes, I think this movie definitely hits the top par of good quality movies that I watch, because a lot of them are cheesy, but this one is not cheesy in any way. I think the storyline's great, the way it was filmed is great. It's black and white, but it's very interesting, and I loved it. It is now gonna be in my favorite movies. I love the relationship between the characters as far as crazy goes, because it's so like, oh my god, what's happening? Martha is so like jealous of these romances he has with these women, even though she says she doesn't care, and she does clearly care, and it really does end up bad on their part, especially the end of the movie. I haven't read up too much about the real life stories, so I don't know how accurate it is, but if it is, I would assume this is definitely why it was put out in the tabloids and a crazy phenomenon in the 40s. So yeah, I hope this video was somewhat enjoyable. I don't know how popular this movie is, so I'm not sure if anyone will have seen it, and if you have, I'd love to hear your feedback on it. If not, I hope that I was able to convince anyone to watch this, because it is actually a very good movie, and yeah, I couldn't recommend it enough. That is me signing off. So long and goodbye.
If you've never heard of Martha and Ray, see The Honeymoon Killers, then try to forget them.